episode of Daddy Look at Me,
What?
we want to talk about the game.
What you know about it?
To play or be played.
Ooh, that's a good one, Doc.
To play, one of my partners said one time, he said, this whole dating thing, relationships is a game. Either you choose to play or you get played. Now, here's what I want to ask y'all.
You playing or you getting played?
How do you know if somebody is playing you? How do you know if a guy is running game on you?
You just know.
No, I'm sorry.
No. Cut.
You don't just know. How do you know if a guy is running game? No, she's not going. She doesn't have the answer for you.
You just feel it, and the signs are there.
How do you know? How would you think you knew?
How?
Anna,
What would you look for?
Yeah, what would you look for?
Well, like if he goes to your school or something, like if he texts you, but he ignores you during school.
Oh, okay.
I like
Okay,
that. I like that. So he presents one side, you know what I'm saying, on the DL, but then in front of everybody else, he ain't messing with you. Okay, I like that. Give me something. How do you know?
He doesn't tell his friends about you, and he just keeps you on the side.
So you a side chick.
You're a side chick. Okay, I like that. I like that.
What if you was dating somebody that didn't go to your school and you couldn't keep those day-to-day contacts? You didn't know what he was doing.
It's good. It's good, Sirach.
You was at one school, he was at another. You didn't know what was going on. What would you look for? I mean, when he got home from school, he called you.
So how you know he run a game then?
If
I
I didn't,
mean, I could know other people from that school.
Oh, so
and
you
have
got
them
you
spy.
got some operatives.
You
got
say
some
you
ops.
could, but what if you don't?
You just don't know, I guess. Like,
Can you protect yourself from getting played? Are you aware enough to protect yourself from being played?
Yeah. How do you protect yourself from being played? And the guy he don't go to your school. So what are you gonna do?
What you gonna do? Y'all quiet as
maybe,
church
I
mouse.
had an answer.
Okay,
Okay,
well, come
let's
on
get
in,
it.
get it.
Maybe don't invest a lot of your time into him, because if he does end up playing you, then you
I like that
you're gonna
answer.
be more hurt. So if
Okay.
you don't.
But it's
Okay. So you say
totally ironic given the last.
Oh, okay.
no.
But,
This is what we
hey,
here for.
But I love you. I'm just saying this.
This what
that's
Daddy
a
Look
great-
at Me is
That's
all
a great
about.
answer. Just
I mean, they saw the last episode.
given the last episode, you know,
they kind of know what happened.
You know, I would have.
But she might not feel like. Do you feel like that he played you?
No, I didn't feel like he was playing.
She didn't
me.
feel like she got played. Why'd you say it's ironic?
But no, I was saying it's ironic because you invested a lot of time and a lot of energy, so you don't know
Okay, yeah.
if you were being played.
What?
And if you if you found out he was at his school because he didn't go to your school. If you found out he was at your school, you was already like fully vested and invested into him. So, you know, that would have been a hard fall, so to speak. So that's why I said.
Did it ever cross your mind while you were dating him? Is he playing me?
At the beginning, yeah, but like towards like when we got like
Gotta relax.
deeper into it,
Why at the beginning?
I just have doubts sometimes.
Why? Don't get. It's okay.
Breathe.
It's okay. You know what I mean? It's okay to share all your business in front of the world. It's all right. You know what I'm saying? Don't worry
Well,
about
because
it.
You
like
ain't gonna be on the shade room tomorrow.
Right. Whoa. Could be though.
I need you to be.
Need that shade room money.
We need that
No. They
I'm
like
sorry.
you pimping your daughters for the shade room? No, it's not
No,
what this is about.
it's not. But yes.
We can buy you therapy. No. They're not
Oh,
laughing.
okay.
They're not laughing.
laughing
We
at
gonna
us.
put our stuff out there
Right,
too. You're not by yourself. Go
Hey,
ahead.
listen, we are putting our stuff out there. You are our stuff. So,
Right, you know, because really, just to, a lot of times you feel like, well, I don't want nobody to know that we've been through this. And
Yeah.
as a parent, you know, I suck and You know, I didn't do everything
didn't do the right
perfect.
thing, yeah.
Or somebody else's kid, you know, they're doing all this stuff, and you know, you dealing with real life. I mean, you can feel that way. So yeah.
I mean, even right now, I mean, she got her little guy. I want that for you one day.
your
but
little guy, he's a big little dude.
yeah, whatever. Little guy to me.
Yeah, but anyway, totally.
What was you gonna say?
What was I?
Lost your train?
No, we talking about, you know, you said you
Uncle
wanted to
Reed
know.
asked you how did you feel in the beginning? You said you felt, you know,
Doubts. You had doubts.
in the beginning, and doubts about what?
Like about if he was gonna fight me, like, cause I heard like stories from like my friends and what they've like gone through with
Like,
dudes.
what have they been through?
Like,
You got her makeup?
yeah, yes.
Oh, we caught it live.
I'm sick. Okay.
Tell him. He said, if you don't back up, I told you I'm 16. Chill.
I have to remind myself every now and then.
Okay.
If you
But,
just need
like-
me to interpret for you, I got you.
Like
Yeah.
either they would get let on, or they would find out that he was talking to somebody else while he was talking to them, or they just wanted to, you know.
What was it that he did that made you feel comfortable to make you feel like, no, he's definitely not trying to play me?
Because like after some odd like weeks went by, like he never did anything. Like
That you knew of?
no.
I mean, and that's, I mean, but that's fair. I mean, either you know or you don't know. I mean, you
You
can't.
just can't be happy for people.
What were you talking about?
So that makes me a hater because I asked a
Yes.
question. Why?
Just can't
Why?
accept a nice relationship.
I don't know. It's a nice relationship.
Sound like we
Because
need
he
to.
was like a reserved person, so he didn't really talk to anybody.
He wasn't too
anyway.
reserved.
Okay, but okay.
I mean, God bless his heart. He wasn't that reserved.
Socially,
He wasn't really outgoing,
yeah, he
extroverted
didn't
type
like go
guy.
to parties and all that. Like he was like more of a homebody.
I can tell.
Your dad just, yeah, I get it though. You know, what I mean, it's still sensitive. It's still.
I mean,
the paint's not
yeah,
dry yet.
Yeah,
I
paint
was
ain't
just
dry.
saying.
Yeah, no, I get
You're
it.
using all the wrong words, like homebody. Like
Triggers. They're triggers, right?
Yeah, I mean, hey,
Yeah,
hey.
yeah, you having
Flashbacks.
flashbacks, right. I get it.
Homebody.
Okay.
I'm like, oh, whoa.
You ever feel like somebody's run game on you?
No.
Have you ever ran game on somebody?
It's a good question, Sarah.
Yes.
You have.
What'd you do?
Wait a minute now. Cut the camera.
You just lead people on
Now,
So
why would you do that?
Yeah.
because we just want to.
The show just took a turn. Yeah. Okay, it's good. All
Not
right.
like seriously, but like you don't take them serious. Like you know, like they're there, but like okay.
So you were leading them on to what? Get something?
No, you just don't take them seriously.
But that doesn't sound like, okay, that doesn't sound like you're leading somebody on. It sounds like
They're
doing something like they're trying to talk to you.
They're trying to talk to you, but you're not taking them seriously. But what I'm saying is, have you ever intentionally maybe dated some or talked to some guy, talked to two guys, but neither one of them knew you were talking to the other one?
No.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
That's good to know.
Yeah, it's good. No, because for a minute there, I wasn't really sure where the show was going.
Yeah.
Let me say this. Recognizing game, like, so as a relationship coach, and women hate this term, the game, you know, so you can call it whatever you want. It's really just knowing the rules about how not to get taken advantage of. That's really all it boils down to.
In war, they call it the rules of engagement.
Right. And so I've played the game. Like, I've been a game player. Like, I know that it was, all I wanted was to, you know, whether it was one thing, you know, but I didn't want a relationship with them, like in college, whatnot. So, but here's the thing. I don't think because of my personality, I don't think a lot of them knew that I was playing the game. Now, I will say this, that I would say, hey, listen, you know, I'm not up for no serious situation. If you want to hang out or whatnot, you know, have some fun, whatever, I'm down for that. But if you don't, then that's cool too. So I don't know if that's a game so much. Like I didn't lie and say I was one thing when I was something else, but I knew they was going to catch feelings for me, but I wasn't going to allow it to flip into anything else. And I would say that 9 times out of 10, all I had to really do was attend to their emotional needs. All I had to do was listen to them. Oh wow, really?
I'm not an emotional person.
You really are though.
Not necessarily.
No,
Yes.
you're no. What you're saying is you're not you're not an emotionally expressive person. You feel very deeply. You just don't like to let it show.
2 different
So
things.
it doesn't apply.
Yeah,
It totally does apply.
Because you still feel them. And you may not outwardly react like you're not gonna cry or anything like that, but there is a behavioral change that happens when you're emotional. Even if it's just I'm gonna spend all day shut up in my room with the door closed, and everybody in the house like, what's wrong with her?
All right. Yeah, yeah. That's a response to how you're feeling. So I'm saying this. What y'all have to understand, being young women, is that there are going to be guys out here, and they're going to try to present something to you that they know you want. They're scoping you. They're talking, hey, what's up? And oh, that's crazy. Yeah. Oh, and they'll even share. Yeah, I remember one time when I got my heart broken, and the thing about it was when it happened, you know, it made me. I guess I felt vulnerable because I loved her. I mean, I loved her with everything. I gave everything I had to her, and I mean, she just stomped on it. So. And I'm making that up.
I was about to fall for you. I'm listening to like, real baby.
So
okay?
I'm just saying, you know, there are terms out here with dating. The ladies I work with in coaching, you know, narcissism is real big, and there's just love bombing. You ever heard of love bombing? The term love bombing. That's when a guy, he will at the very beginning, he'll do everything you ever thought you wanted. I mean, if you like flowers, if you like candy, every love language, it doesn't matter. I mean, it's so overwhelming, or so much that it feels overwhelming, but at the same time, it feels great because he's doing everything. You like, man, is this real? And you get so swept away in it. And so while he's doing that, while he's dropping these love bombs on you, he's also saying, I want to be with you forever. You know, I want us to. Why are you smiling? Somebody told you that?
Stop looking at me like
You
that.
feel like you're being love bombed?
No.
Okay. Seemed like I hit a nerve.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about that off camera. But so when this is happening, they get you in their web, and now you feel like emotionally kind of indebted because you feel like they're kind of like was your emotional savior. But then they start to flip it on you. They start to say, why are you doing that? Why, well, I don't understand why why do you keep smiling? Are you experiencing this? Do we need to talk, do we need to talk about something?
No.
Okay, I don't know. Your body language is like, dang, I'm going through that right now.
Are you going through that really?
No.
Honestly.
No.
You gotta be honest. This is
You
a show of
gotta
honesty.
tell the truth. Do you feel like you're dealing with that?
No.
I mean, if you're not, that's cool. But if you are, we need to talk about it.
No.
Okay,
I'm gonna ask you one more time, honey.
because we're gonna have to have a dad and uncle's meeting.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Because it'll be a problem.
Yeah. Get them things out.
We established that neither one of y'all have engaged in that trying to play someone, and but a lot of understanding what's happening is the experience. The only way I can recognize somebody playing me is only by my experiences of being played before, right? So you see the signs. You know the signs like we were talking about earlier. Somebody they may not call you, or they might act funny around certain friends, and then they call you when they get home like nothing ever happened. But I think one of the key ways you to protect yourself is that at this age that you guys are.
What are you laughing at?
The way you said it.
I was going to say are at, but you can't end a
No,
sentence
Hunter.
in a preposition.
You know, when it comes to saying creative things, yeah,
You good at it.
you've had some opportunities.
Kim Kardashian. So, but no, one of the key things you do to protect yourself is you be careful how fast you move.
Well, she said that. She said that she monitored like how, or you can monitor your pace emotionally. You know how fast you allow yourself to
Can you?
start.
But can you?
Only so much.
Because given the
Once
example
you
that
give yourself the green light.
yeah, but because given the example that you was talking about when you was in the game, right? Mm-hmm. Most of the time, we are aware. How do you, as young ladies, keep your emotions in check?
It's a good question. How do you keep your emotions in check, Anna? How you keep? She was like, how you keep your emotions in check?
You know what I mean by in check?
No.
How do you make sure? How do you when you feel that funny feeling for this person or a guy? No, specifically a guy. When you feel that feeling, how do you check that emotional? Because everything in your emotions probably wants to talk to them from God dog at 4 p.m. to the time you get out of school to 2 p.m. if you could,
Yeah.
2 a.m. if you
Texting
could.
or whatever, right? So how do you slow it down? How do you keep your
slow it
emotions from getting away from you and putting you in a space where now you're not thinking clearly because you like them so much? How do you slow that process down?
I'll either like limit myself from talking to them that much, or I'll like set like say if I'm texting them, I might set my phone over there so I won't like go
You put the
pick it
you
up.
put the crack over there. It's like crack.
Yeah, so I won't like so if it buzzes, I'll just sit there and look at it.
So you've done that?
Yeah,
So it's buzzing. Just
I'll just sit there.
He's scratching.
okay. You fiending right now.
calling me,
Okay.
man.
Okay. So you've done it. Did you know she was doing it?
No.
Okay.
Not recently.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, way back. Okay.
Okay. Way back when?
Like during the summer?
Oh, with this same person?
No.
It was so it's more.
No, there's not more, like 10 or nothing.
I mean, I'm not saying 10. I'm just saying.
She said, somebody I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, because that's I say that. I say that only because as a dad, a lot of me wants to be involved.
When I tell you this is happening live right now, the stuff that they're sharing, we don't know. Okay,
Right.
it's
So-
new.
So a lot of the stuff that I want her to be able to do, I want to know, hey dad, that conversation, hey dad, this guy, such and such and such and such. I think he's kind of cute. He thinks I'm cute, and he be calling me whoopie whoopie whoop. I want to have that dialogue, that conversation with her. So what you just witnessed was not me mad or anything. I was just like, dang, I wish I had an opportunity to have that conversation with
How
you.
come you didn't? Whoever this guy was,
Like if it was
during
a guy
that time,
today, if it was a guy right now that, not him, but another one, the conversation is important to me. Like, hey, dad, been communicating.
why are
with
you
this.
shaking your head? No.
Because after what she went through, I wouldn't.
What do you mean?
This is good. This is good dialogue.
Because you're just intimidating, and after how you treated her the last time.
Treated who?
Anna,
How did I treat her?
you didn't acknowledge her and you threatened to kill him. I would just be scared. to
What do
go
you mean
through
I
that
didn't
again.
acknowledge her?
She said you wouldn't talk to her unless you were telling
I
her
like
to
the
do
week after.
something.
Yeah, right. I mean, she was on punishment.
So
I mean,
So okay, so you saying if that happened to you, you wouldn't say anything?
it would just give me worries.
Okay, so
for the
why
future.
then do you talk? Because after the situation when you got in trouble, when the boys snuck over, and that wasn't all warm and fuzzy, and
did your dad talk to you?
Yeah.
yeah, I mean it was tense. In the house. So how come you decided to talk to? Now I don't know. I'm sure you don't tell me everything. I get that, but how come you decided? See your body language, it tells on you.
Yeah.
You be looking all off, and your eyes be crossing and carrying on.
You tried to put
So-
me on the hot seat. Now you on it.
Yeah. So
Enjoy it.
How come you decided to start talking to me and sharing things with me about your boyfriend now?
What?
Because a lot of time passed.
A lot of time.
Yes.
Like,
So
how long
why
was it?
why can't a lot of time pass for Anna and she feel comfortable
Because
sharing?
he said right now. He didn't say later.
No, I said if today.
today. That's
Not
right
him.
now. But still, it's a new guy.
Yeah, I mean, but it's a new guy and it's a new start. Remember, last week my whole thing was you're at the bottom of the trust pole. Now it's all about building up the trust again.
What? Let me ask her this. What could, knowing that you just heard him say he wants to know, that's his desire, what could he do to make her feel comfortable now that it is safe? This is your Uncle Sarai. Give him the
I don't
advice.
know
Give
what
me
makes
advice.
her comfortable.
Comfort
What
what?
makes you-
Comfort the who?
Yeah. Now you're talking about me and my
Comforted the
language.
bull. There's a couple of extra
Yeah.
syllables in there.
So, I don't know what makes
So
her.
what makes you comfortable? I mean, what would make you right now come in and say, "Hey, Dad, there's this guy." Fill in the blank.
If I knew I wanted it to like be something.
Right. So you saying you would do that right now?
Yeah.
So I'm not that intimidating.
No.
I've given you expectations. That's my whole thing. That's my whole thing. That's been my whole thing forever. Is I'm going to always give you the expectations. This is what I would desire for you to do. Now, when you work outside of those expectations, is where I start to be like, "Why? I told you exactly what to do. Why aren't you doing that?" So that's where the intimidation becomes. So the expectation is, no, I don't want boys in my house. That's the expectation.
While I'm not there.
While I'm not
Without
there.
my permission.
Without my permission. That is the expectation. Now, you work outside of those expectations, you're going to get in trouble.
Your consequences.
So I didn't intimidate you. I gave you the rule book. I gave you the rope. I
Now,
said, go
now
ahead.
there may be fear that if I go to him, even in lieu of the expectations, I still might not get what I want. That's two different things.
Yeah, because if you tell me that there's this guy and we have that conversation, then a week later you say, "Hey, this guy wants me to go to Kentucky with him and his family," I'm gonna be like,
You ain't
no.
met him?
I haven't met him.
Yeah. Okay.
I would be like, "No, that's not happening."
Here's a screen name, Thug Killer. He's cool, you know.
Kentucky kidnapper.
Right.
That's his
So
screen
can I
name.
go? Yeah.
Right. No, you won't be going.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
But, and you might be mad. I don't understand why I told you about him and I gave you, we set the expectations and now I'm asking and you're just being a jerk. No, I'm not being a jerk. Expectations are still being built.
You have expectations in school. You know what the expectation is to get the grade you want, A, B, C. You know, if you don't do anything, what do you get?
F.
Exactly.
You already know.
No effort. You're not trying. You fail. You know what I'm saying? So it's the same thing. This is just a little more because we're your fathers, and trust me, I'm telling you, this right here, this don't happen. Like this ain't common. You know what I'm saying? For dads to be talking to their daughters like this, like even now, as open as people are, dads be like, "Man, nah."
And we done heard from Dad.
Yeah. Like when we tell them about this idea in this show and we told them the topics that we talking about, first thing out their mouth, "Man, I don't know what I'd do, man, if I found out." That's the first thing. That's dealing with it in the privacy of their own home. Mm-hmm. And so for us to be out here being willing to, I don't know why we doing this. We trying to help people, I guess, right?
A lot of the reason why we're doing this is not only to help everybody out there, but help ourselves because this blueprint, I mean, we're walking this thing out.
In real time.
In real time.
Because what y'all don't realize who you're watching this, these conversations we're having are in real time, meaning some of the stuff we're finding out is new. Like these are our family conversations that the camera just happens to be on.
Right.
You know, and then doing it, you know, together. Now you don't have to feel so isolated. You don't have to feel so weird because you're like, wow, everything that I'm experiencing, she's experienced. I got in trouble, but she got in trouble. You know what I mean? So it's not like I'm just out here.
And you know the funniest part about it is, typically you get this glossed over look when you're at home and the cameras are off and you're having these conversations about how these expectations. Your kids look, they're like they're there, but they're not there. They're like, I wish this nigga just shit.
Right. Get out.
But here it's kind of engaging because the cameras are watching, everybody sees us. It's hard for you to be like, I wish this. You probably still doing it.
I'm not.
I wish this.
But I mean, so tell me, what do y'all think about this platform and us having these conversations? And be honest, was there a part of you? Because somebody asked me, your daughters were willing to do this, like for real. So how? No, keep it funky. So when you found out we were doing this, what was your thought?
I don't want to.
Okay, amen. Well,
Why?
cut the cameras off. No.
Why?
Because people, they going to see everything I did and stuff I do.
But you did it.
I know, but I didn't intend for the world to know about it.
How do you feel now since you've done an episode and we doing it?
Hey, whatever you got going on right there, that ain't how we
when I'm
live.
bored.
I'm sorry.
You being a dad, man.
I'm sorry.
I mean, come on.
That
You
ain't
know
how
what I
we
mean?
live over here.
You're co-host now.
I'm sorry.
I'm
sorry. I'm back.
So how you feel now that this is the second episode and we in it now?
More comfortable.
Okay.
So what'd you do last night?
What do you mean what I do last
I
night?
was just asking. Go ahead.
How you feel? How was you feeling when we said we was doing this?
I didn't want to
Okay, why not?
because I thought it was going to be boring.
Okay. And what do you think now?
It's not that bad.
Why is it
That
horrible
ain't funny, man.
for y'all to admit we right in a humble way?
I don't know.
I keep telling these kids we famous and everything. They don't believe nothing we say.
Anyway, okay. So getting back to the game. So the thing about it is you gotta watch a guy's actions. That's really the only thing you got to go off of. Period. Now, when I say actions, not just short term. Sometimes because a guy can fool you for a while. What are you laughing at?
He's breathing loud.
She said it like I'm over here like.
I think last time it was Anna that was over here. Now it's a Ciroc thing. You know what I mean?
I was bring.
Were you scared?
No, it was just funny. I thought he knew about it, but he was just didn't. He was unaware.
Unaware about what?
How loud you were breathing.
That's so funny. I don't even know why, but it's just so funny.
Like I was like,
but listen, right? You got fur on your back.
right.
Like, wait a minute.
Wakanda
Hey, get him a
forever.
Snickers.
Right.
So actions, and you can't go like Steve Harvey wrote the book. What is it? How to act like a
Act
think
like
like
a lady. Act like a lady. Think like a
She said
man.
act like a man. Yeah, think like a man, act like a lady.
That's another show.
Yeah. So, and he said he's got this 90-day rule thing, right? But I'm saying, as far as that is concerned, think 90 days to see if he's consistent, because you want to see consistency. It's easy for me to start out talking about, oh, girl, you this and that, and you're so pretty, and send you all the little emojis of hearts and all that kind of stuff. But am I doing that 3 months down the road? You keep laughing like you want to say something. I don't know. Is this got something to do with Keyshawn?
I'm just agreeing.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
I think it's longer than 90 days, Doc.
No. I wasn't saying 90 days for them. I was giving that as an example. I'm like in 90 years. You know what I'm saying? No, seriously, what would you think is fair?
What would y'all think is fair?
That's a good question. What do y'all think is fair for you to consistently see actions from a boy?
Like a time period?
Yeah, like before you actually say, okay,
He is who I think he is.
Like about 2 or 3 months in.
Okay.
I don't know. It just depends on the person. Cause like different people do things differently, so
Okay.
you can't like say 2 or 3 months
But
for one
but
person.
is
and
it
then,
about them or is it about you?
I guess like how they make you feel.
Oh, so now it's
Now you're
about
back to
them.
feelings.
So now that's the whole point I'm trying to make. Is like you have to have control of the situation. Once you say it's about them, then they have control. I mean, there's a snake that can lie in wait for hours. He'll bury himself under the
And
sand
stay perfectly still.
and stay perfectly still, and just
Camouflage.
nobody sees him. Ants and stuff walking around, and when he's ready to strike, he'll strike.
I talk about that in my book, Forbidden Secrets of the Good Box. That's the hunt, one of the
Shameless
hunters.
plug.
Of course it is. You can get that on my website, christopherreed.org. Amen. But it's called the chameleon. Is it the
Okay.
chameleon?
Yeah.
I don't know. I wrote the book. I forgot. I gotta relax. So, but I talk about a frog. It's a similar concept. It just sits there and it just waits and gets to fly. But guys can do that. I could do that. I was the guy. I was the good guy. I could sit there. My guy Joey's off camera. He's not his head because we was the Hershey twins, right? And yeah. He wasn't like that as much, but you know, like I was sharing earlier, I could just act like, oh no, I'm fun. Oh girl, oh wow, that's crazy, you know. And next thing you know, we're in a situation.
And this girl might have had a boyfriend.
She did. Okay, and that's a whole nother show.
That's a whole nother. But it's relevant.
It's very relevant.
She had a man that she was faithful to, boyfriend that she loved and cared about, but he was in Cleveland.
You're giving too much information. Yeah, you went too
gotta
far.
relax.
You went too far. You're out of bounds.
You're out of bounds.
You just went too far
Okay.
at that time.
Tennessee.
Honey, pack up the van.
right.
Yeah.
But he was nowhere around them. So there was a certain amount of emotional connection that she was looking for that he couldn't give her at the time.
And you know the crazy thing about that particular situation? Now, like I told you my line. I'm not in a situation, but if you want to hang out or whatever, we can. So she was emphatic about the fact that, hey, I got a boyfriend, blah 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 blah. So at some point I realized, no, she's the real. She means that. It is what it is. But then I talked to her and she said something different, like, so when are we gonna? And I'm like, huh? Oh, okay. But I'm still, but so she changed and switched up. Bless you. She changed and switched up. So I'm saying to y'all, she tried her best to guard herself. Mm-hmm. There was something either about me or something that wasn't happening in her situation that made her feel vulnerable to me. And now she set herself up to be in a situation. So we don't want y'all to be set up to be in a situation. Because y'all going to go to college and y'all going to do all of that and you're going to come across a lot of different guys. And college is a whole nother animal. Been there. Been there, done that. And that's the big leagues. So we trying to have these conversations with y'all now. Don't look like that.
Now when I'm only 15 minutes away.
You
she sound like you got an issue about where you're
hold
going?
Hold on, back up. What grade are you in? 10th. So, but this is what? February, March. Mm-hmm. So actually, you're at the end of your 10th grade year, getting ready to go into your junior year, right? My daughter's in her junior year. At the end.
Pretty much over.
Next year, she'll be going to college. So in 2 years, you'll be in college. It's not that far away.
No, she's saying distance. She's talking about the college she goes to. Because she wants to go to the moon and go to that university. And so if it's close by, she's feeling like, I want to go somewhere and experience.
Okay.
What are we doing? Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. So all I'm saying is college, it gets real serious, and we want y'all to be prepared wherever that is, wherever you go. Even if it ain't college, you just gone. It's just life. Okay. You're going to come across a lot. And I'm just trying to tell you, when I talk to women, their hearts broke, they've been through, and now they're on the other side, and emotionally they can't get this guy out of their system. It's horrible. They're crying every day. They're checking his page and all of this on social media. We don't want y'all to go through that.
We aren't them.
But here's the thing. No, you're not them. Okay, and we thank God for that. But the thing about it is, go ahead.
Yeah, I don't like that. You aren't them, but you are them. Because the same emotions that made them do what they did is the same emotions that made y'all do what y'all did.
You're no different.
You're no different. Those emotions don't change.
The thing is, you're still susceptible to the same thing. And it's really, it makes you more...
Your father every day deals with women that are almost 3 times your age. That deal with the same things that you're dealing with. Is there anything that you always wanted to ask your dads about the game that you have yet asked them? Or about the things we may have done when we were young?
Playing, and specifically to this topic, playing, dating, things to look out for, any of that. Or did it not even cross your mind to ask us anything?
Because y'all had it all together, right? Y'all just knew how to do it.
But that's the thing. You got the shameless plug. So in the book I wrote, Forbidden Secrets of the Goodie Box, what your father didn't tell you and your mother didn't know. See, we're telling you as fathers. You don't have to guess. But the thing about it is, y'all don't even think of us as an option. Why is that?
Y'all afraid to get in trouble?
Because I like mom.
That hurts.
No, like I like to talk to her. Mom and I, we talk more.
I get that.
You are,
No, go ahead, say I'm what?
You're on the phone, you're working on something, and mom.
So you saying your dad never had time for you?
No, he does have time. He has time. It's just when it's convenient, I go to mom.
I just think you feel more comfortable going to mom.
Yes.
Okay. And you know what? I'm cool with that, but I always want you to know that I'm here and I'm open. Hey, let's talk the whole 9 yards.
What about you, kiddo?
The same thing. I talk to mom more.
Why you don't talk to me though? Don't give me that intimidating.
All right, he just intimidated you.
That was jokes, guys. It was jokes.
Like what she said, I feel more comfortable.
Okay, is there anything we can do to make y'all feel more comfortable?
Kennedy goes to you.
Is there anything we can do to make y'all feel more comfortable?
I think I'm pretty fine.
You think you're all right? All right. That's okay.
But what about you?
I mean, like, I don't think there's anything that can make me more comfortable. I think I'll just naturally do it. Like, when I need to talk to you, I'll come talk to you.
You know what's disheartening? And as we wrap this up,
What's breaking your heart, bro?
is as much as I'm happy you have someone to go to, your mom and all of that stuff. Your mom. Nobody can tell you the behaviors of a man like a man.
But still, you don't represent every single man.
How do you know that?
Man.
You're not a man.
So not all girls are the same.
Yeah, we just.
So it's you know what? But it's an age-old challenge because just as much as I hear from my clients, I wish my dad had come to me or made me feel like it was okay emotionally. And they long for that. We're doing that, but it's still that challenge. I don't know why. I mean, we try to be a part of the solution. I think the biggest thing you and I can do is let them know, hey, I love you. No matter what, nothing you can do to make me love you more, love you less. I'm always here. If you want to come to me, don't want to come to me, it is what it is. And I mean, so we're just going to try to, do this platform the way that we're doing it. And even to help somebody else, because there may be a little girl out there that doesn't have the dad. And she just may look at this interaction and say, wow, I'm just gonna learn off of what these guys are saying because I didn't know that. You know, I wish somebody y'all can kind of take it for granted, and that's no diss because you don't know any different. It's just always here for you. What are your thoughts as we wrap up? As you get, I know, man. We're gonna have to hug and just grip it up.
I mean,
and
yeah.
bring it in.
It you know, I just want. I mean, you summed it up. I just want them to know that there's always an open door policy from me, and the thing that I want the most is that them to be willing to hear wisdom that they may not possess. But you can't hear that wisdom if you never ask those questions. If you never, and your mom has a certain amount of wisdom. She does a certain wisdom. But there's just a wisdom that comes from fathers that you don't get from moms. There's a wisdom that from moms that you don't get from fathers. You get what I'm saying? So be willing to go to both sides to get what you need to get.
Dad, I did go to you. Remember that?
Oh
one
no,
time?
you do. No, you come to me. It's not that you don't come to me at all. I mean, and I'm glad you made that point. You definitely come to me. It's just that,
And she does me.
yeah, I'm sure she does. But we just want y'all to be able to be free to come to us whenever, and maybe by the time we get done with this, show idea, we may, if we're at your comfort level is at a 3, maybe it's a 5. By the time we get done. But this experience is never going to stop because we're your fathers and we love y'all. So here's what he was. It's a good show.
I'll die for you and I'll kill for you.
Almost happened. All right. Listen, on that note, we out of here. Daddy, look at me. Peace.